Hello friends, welcome to my channel and welcome to this collective reading. This is a twin flame reading and I'm always there for the divine feminine energy healing because the main healing is divine feminine healing, especially in the context of what we are going through on planet Earth right now. And for personal sessions, because your personal situation would be different, please write to me at the sunamoon@gmail.com. You can check out the details of how to get into a reading with me in the description box, and you can use the PayPal link to book the session. And other than that, kindly do not share anything with me in advance on the mail. Once you book the session, I will let you know what are the steps to be taken into account. Now, the divine masculine and feminine energy in November month was there was a lot of work that happened in the month of November, and this happened for the collective. And this whatever is happening right now, this is happening in like 20 years. There's a long time then that this energy would continue, which is the energy of union and healing and support, because now is the time when the feminines are going to take up their projects and their work. Actually, they're going to do it now. So all this while they were doing the spade work, and for the spade work, some of them were in hermit mode and some of them were in a relationship, but there was no actual direction to it. Now the feminines have been with the masculine, some of you been out of it, been into it. Now you guys are healing it also, some of you, because as I said, different people are going through different scenarios, but the healing of feminine is most important because it's now taking her to detachment, and this detachment phase is really the most important phase. Loving someone when you're detached with them, loving someone with focus on yourself, loving someone with focus on source. There's a very big difference in loving just someone like that. So I have some notes here with me. So there are a couple of scenarios that I'm going to read for the month of December. You can also see this as a December update, but this would resonate for a long time to a lot of people, okay? So for some of the masculines, I'm being shown that he cannot let you go. Now, this could be for those who are in silent separation, long-term separation, or subtle separation, because I've picked on to energy of those masculines and feminines also who are in a relationship, like in a proper, public or physical relationship, yet they have lots and lots of problems. So those are also included in it. Okay, so whatever it is happening with in your scenario, whether you're going through silent treatment phase or you're working on yourself, or you found out something that has really hurt you and the masculine is now aware about it. So masculines usually do pretty much the same things. Most of them, when they hurt the feminines, they're doing pretty much the same things. And I'm really surprised actually. Once I was working on a healing, and it was the betrayal energy, which is very common these days. A lot of people, like 2025 was all about betrayal energy coming onto surface. In a one-on-one therapy session, where did it start from? The betrayal actually started from something which is very small, and it would look very minuscule for a child, from a child's perspective, or even from the adult's perspective. So we as adults are looking at certain experience from the childhood, and it was as simple as the child feeling lost and lonely while doing certain chores, like the kiddie chores, you would say, like let's say homework or artwork, or just playing with some toys, and the parents have no time for the kid, and the kid feels very betrayed, and then this feeling lingers on. Now, personally also, I was working on my situation once. This is long time back, couple of years ago I figured it out. And this is how I designed the therapies, because I figured out that memories. There are certain memories that are literally in your subconscious mind, but you cannot reach to them just like that. You have to do really deep inner work to figure it out. You have to release a lot, and you have to reach to a certain space and time frame also, and then you can locate it with the help of course, a professional. And in this case, we can't even say a typical professional would help you. A psychologist cannot help you, a psychiatrist cannot help you. So I reached to this memory when I was really young. I was in school. I was going back home, and we were walking. My school was pretty close to my house, and we were walking home with my siblings and myself. And my siblings were a little ahead of me, and I was behind them. And there were these 2 3 boys who were younger to me. They were probably in 2 or 3 classes younger than me, but I always looked younger than my age. Even in school, I used to look pretty young. So the younger boys, they used to hit on me, which did not become very apparent back then. Like, I did not know. Now I can figure it out. So there were these 3 4 boys who were very naughty, very mischievous, and they were very confident. Like, you can just pick on confidence, back then also I could. And they were walking behind me, and then began like 20 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever the time frame that walk was, because they were walking behind me and my siblings were a little ahead of me, and I didn't want to show my siblings or anybody else that I'm scared of them. But they were literally eve teasing me. They were really roasting me. They were making fun of my school. They were making fun of me. Indirectly, he was saying a lot of things, but he just wanted to get my attention. Of course, when I started healing, I figured it out that he wanted my attention. Even when you're young and you're kids, you have crushes on people. Maybe he had a crush on me. He did live in my neighborhood, and that boy used to, cross my path a couple of times while cycling and while doing other things. But that day, he kind of freaked me out because he was non-stop following me and saying things that were really kind of naughty, but a bit more than that. They were scary kind of. And I was like, when is this walk ending? When will this walk end? And when will I reach home? And during that time, I had this strange feeling in my stomach, which I had never felt before. And that was the feeling which I call it later on, that a man back then, a boy or a male, can hurt me or can scare me. So I was scared. I was not scared that he's gonna hit me or abuse me. It could very well be just very harmless sort of flirting that a boy does for the first time with a girl, like initially, because they don't know. They were also kids, and I was a kid myself. It's just that I was probably 1 or 2 class ahead of them, and I knew that. And they were from this another school, so there was another angle to it, the culture difference. So that school, the other school, those kids were always very much into superiority complex. So they always thought that our school was not as good as their school. It was below them. We were below them. So he was trying to bully me with those words like, look at their school's name, it's so funny, or look at the uniform and look at their bags and look at how they are, and these kids and from this school. Now he was trying to get my attention, but he actually made me feel really petrified, like, for some time. Once I reached home, I was like so relaxed. Then I felt the same feeling, similar kind of feeling, that somebody is out there to harm me or hurt me with whatever they're going to do. And this is again about school only. Like, I would be very scared of going home and getting a scolding or getting beaten up by my parents for something which was again very harmless. But kids, we back then worry so much. Kids also have to worry because of whatever we go through at school. So these two memories are picked up, these two visions are picked up, and the feeling was really very, very intense. Now this is actually converted into something else when you grow up. Then it kind of converted into how a man can hurt me, or men can be harmful, or men are scary, or men are rude, or men can put us in trouble, just generally girls. And even if someone likes you, even if someone has a crush on you, even if someone loves you, so when you grow up, the crush thing, I think, converts into love and relationship. So I figured out that these are really things that are, we had to figure it out. I, with my spirit guides, we had to literally reach to those places and locate those places in order to find out what it was. And it was with the help of meditation, journaling, exercises, and a certain amount of pain and suffering as well, because it has to match. You have to be really aware. Awareness is also the key. Like, if you're very hurt, you're crying, you're sad, and you're not aware of your feelings, you will not find out anything. So you have to be in that moment very, very aware. So I'm being told that the masculine here, masculines usually don't have these type of tools and techniques that feminines have, because feminines are the one who do active inner work. I'm not talking about everyone, but let's say 80%, maximum cases we have seen that it's the feminine, or the one who has the feminine template. Maximum times they are the ones who are doing inner work, and they get the tools and they get the techniques and they get the readers or therapists or healers. And then they also have to find the genuine ones, they also have to reach the right ones. But masculines have to really face it all. They have to face those issues, and they're not going to face it till the time the feminine is not going to heal at her end. It sounds a bit unfair, I know, and it feels like it's an unjust system of God, where you have to go through so much, you have to cry, you have to suffer, you have to release, you have to feel so much, and then the other person wakes up, and then the other person has to understand the things. But I think I would like to say, on the other side also, they could be miserable, they could be in pain, but they just don't know. And I'm seriously being so nonchalant and non-judgmental, right now, because I can say a lot of things about toxic masculines and how toxic patriarchy is so bad. I mean, seriously, it's the big reason why people suffer. There are wars and whatnot happening on earth. But still, I would say that he feels that you're the only one. You're the one. You were always the one. You're the one he always wanted and made a lot of effort for. Some of his efforts will not be visible right now, but he deep down knows it. And a lot of things he did wrong also. He could have lied to you. He could have made a fool out of you, or he could have just been rude to you. He could have just made some remarks to get your attention, or he could have just wanted to manipulate you, because manipulation is strong here, manipulation energy. So I feel that he has to decide, because with other people, with other women, I would say, in this case, with other feminines, the masculine never chose them. He always said, I'm not gonna do all this work, because he never found them to be that important or special. And this is not to make you feel superior. This is how it really is. He just used them, I would say. This is the word that's coming. He used them. He just got the pleasure from them, and then he was no longer attracted. He didn't want to be around them. And maybe they were nice to him, you could say. They were nice to him, they were tolerating him, they were pampering him, or they were going out of their way because they wanted him. They wanted a piece of him. But he manipulated even those people, So he became like like he knew the game, and he thought he knew the game, I would say. He thought that he's pro at it. But when he came across the feminine, he was like, I don't know how to get into her mind. I don't know how to get into her heart. She is not so easy. So he had to make the efforts for you, whosoever resonates with it. He had to make a lot of efforts. And in his mind, those were all efforts, okay? And then there were days when he would get irritated with it, because you were so difficult and you were so annoyed with him, and you were like, I don't believe this. And there was a lot of times that 50% you did know intuitively that he's bullshitting, he's lying to you, or he's trying to make a fool of you. But he would, show his innocent face, and he would act like, oh, he's so sweet, and he has never done anything wrong, and he's like, literally, you're the first person he's ever talked with. Some of them literally portray that you're the first woman they've even touched. Then there are these constant lies to sort of maintain the fake personality. They create a personality for you. They create a new, completely new person for you to get into your energy field, to get into your aura, to get into your physical intimacy, the boundaries you had created. And they would do a lot of things like what people want a masculine to do: show up at your door, bring you flowers, say the nicest things to you. But then it's also a kind of challenge. It's also like a game for them. Like, this person is very challenging. It's a game. It's a gamble. They want to win at it. They take many risks at it, and they keep going at it, and they don't themselves realize when they are into it so deep themselves. And then finally, when the feminine starts liking them or loving them, or she's a giver, she's taking care of this man, that's when she finds out the truth. So that's when she finds out a lot of things about this person, which were not hidden because it was naturally hidden, or he didn't want to talk about his past. He carefully kept it under wraps. He carefully curated the stories that he would give to you, and the stories he would not give to you, the stories that had all the lies and all of those things. So yes, there is this feeling that feminine feels, that this is pure evil. This is pure evil. This is manipulation. This is dark hypnosis kind of thing. This is like taking someone for a ride on purpose and then running away when they get caught, because they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to face it. So some of you actually not talking to them, some of you are sort of in separation mode, or some of you are just ignoring them because you're not able to love this person. You cannot put yourself into that position where you can actually love someone who has betrayed you. But still, I would say that some of you, I can pick onto the energy, you're doing really good healing work. It's not easy what you're going through, and I completely understand your pain, but you're smart enough to release, to vent out, and to remember not to do negative self-talk to yourself. You remember when to be positive, when to release, when not to be delusional, when to be realistic person, and when you need to rest, when you need to relax, and when you need to tell yourself, tell yourself to feel good now. Right now, feel good. You have to remind yourself that you have to feel good. You have to ask questions. Who's in your mind right now that you're suffering so much? If your masculine is in your mind and you're suffering, then you need to stop thinking about this person. You need to take this person out of your mind and out of your life, at least in that moment. In some cases, you cannot. You cannot throw them out of your life just like that. So only good and God should stay in your mind, and nothing can affect you until you agree to be affected by it. But let's say you find out about something, and it's an experience in itself to find out about something, and you're a human being. Nobody's judging you for being hurt when you find out about the truth. So once you find out about the truth, once you have the information, once you figure it all out, okay, this is who he is, this is what it is. So he was really showing me an innocent face. He was showing me his angelic side, but he was completely hiding his devilish side. He was completely hiding his dark side, his past, where he did a lot of bad things or wrong things. In his own psyche, he knows that those were wrong things. He was immoral. And now he has got no way out, because you found out and you confronted this person, and now you're in that space that I know everything, and what do you have to say about it? And when he has to say something, when he has to make it right, when he has to accept it, he runs away, because he also takes his time to accept it. Because as I said, that with other people, he didn't feel that need or that pull or the connection to work on himself. He didn't care. He was like, okay, this is who I am. Yeah, I'm a liar, I'm a loser, I'm a bad provider, or whatever the issue is. Uh, he could have been a cheater. He could have been someone who just played with women's feelings. He didn't respect them. He didn't respect women. Whatever he did, those things, he was more like, okay, I don't care. I'm not going to work on this. I don't give a shit about this. So he would move on to another person, another person, another person. And then it's all getting piled up. The guilt is piling up. The regret is piling up within him. He's also suffering because he knows that he is a very weak person. He felt weak in the moment many times, and he just bothered about the pleasure part, the part that he was like, this is easy. But when it comes to you, he feels that getting you in his life was not easy as well. Reaching to you was not easy, and finding you was not easy. It was probably magical. It was miraculous experience he had. There was no way that you could have met. There was no way, a normal situation could have made you meet. The stars were aligned in the perfect place. People were aligned in perfect place. So he thinks that one more thing that's popping up is with other women, I'm being shown, no matter what he would say or he would have done in the past, but with other women, it was always the women mostly who made efforts for him. And then he was probably immoral, of course, but yeah, they were the ones who also were very much like dying to get him. It may not sound nice. I mean, you might be irritated with it, but they did show him that they want him. And maybe it was not right. Let's say an example comes to my mind. Let's say it was a married woman he had an affair with. A married woman who he met at some function, at a family function. And he knew that she's married. He knew that she has a husband. He knew that this would be wrong on his part, even if she's hitting on him, even if she's giving him all the clues, and she could be in a troubled marriage. She could be wanting to have fun with someone else. She maybe wanted to get even with her husband. She maybe was on a revenge mode or whatever. Maybe if I don't justify it, maybe she was simply immoral. That's how she was. That's who she was. She is an immoral woman, a Jezebel kind of character. So she was like, I'm ready for this. He knew that his involvement is not right. It's detrimental to his own energy, and it's just wrong. Let's say he knew the husband, he knew the poor chap, but he still went ahead and did whatever he felt like doing at that time. And then later on, let's say the woman really wanted him. The woman, she pursued him, but he was like, I'm done with you. And it could have been possible that to get her, he could have said some false things like, yeah, I love you, I can be with you, I can take care of you, you don't have to be with your husband, you can divorce him, blah, blah, blah. But when he had his time, then he was like, well, I was just saying it for the heck of it. I didn't really mean any of it. Or he could have been with someone like a single mother, and he could have just used her for his fun, played with her emotions. These are just examples, my friends. I'm not saying this is exactly your situation. You can think about it. Let's say he met a girl who was much younger to him, like not the right age, or too much gap, or he knew that the relationship is not the right place. It's not the right place. Maybe it was a family member's friend or somebody, but he still went ahead with those situations or that kind of situation. So in his head, he always knew, always knew that he's doing wrong. He could be grooming someone, he could be manipulating someone. He did those things, and he never wanted to work through it. And maybe in some cases he did really like those people, but when the time came to take responsibility or be real, then he was like, forget about it, I'm not getting into this mess. And he may have even bad mouthed those people. He may, later on he may have said, oh, she was a hoe, or she was desperate, or she was this or that, she was falling all over me. When they get caught, they say these kind of things about women. So he did disrespect women. So these are just examples that are coming to my mind, and I'm just saying these. Someone just told me the other day that don't give too many examples. But guys and girls, when I'm doing a channeling, these are naturally flowing. These is not something that I'm making up, and I just want to extend the session. Okay, so I know somebody is going to benefit from those examples. So now he feels that this is the time he cannot do these kind of shady things. In your case, he feels a very strong pull. He feels a force which is stronger than his fake pride. And this energy is even bigger than what he gave to his fears. I feel that this person, whosoever is representing, there were times when he was when the runner chaser thing was happening, where he would run away and he would come back. Like there were times when you did chase him, like you were so scared of losing him. But now I don't see that energy at all. You are done with him. Like you've really packed him up and send him away. You're like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm not taking this anymore. And and I'm being told that he wants to open up for real this time, and he might tell you things that he has never said before. And he's also going to be mindful of his words. Like many a times, truth can also be very hurtful if it's blatantly told, or if it's brutally said without minding the words, the right words. So he has realized that his truth is very much harmful the way he says it, because he says it with a lot of pride sometimes, and he's boasting about stuff. So that boastful behavior, because see, with men and women, it's not always only a man is doing everything, only a woman is doing everything. Someone is reciprocating as well. Okay, so he made it sound like he was the most attractive deal walking on the street and everyone was just falling all over him, which is not the case. So he also feels very guilty because the foundation of your relationship was not on based on truth. So foundation has to be very strong. So let's say he lied to you and he got a bit closer with you, and then you spent some really nice moments with him. You laughed with him, you went to eat somewhere, you talked about certain things, you had a good time, and now when you look back, the feminines, now when you look back, you realize that it was all a lie, because I went ahead with him for certain things because he said certain things to me. He said A, B, C, D, and I heard those things. And he sort of not just said it, when you questioned him, he even implied on those things. He even said, yes, this is who I am, like it, with examples and with experiences. He would say, this happened to me, that happened to me, but I didn't do it, but I didn't do that. Those kind of things. He created a fake personality, as I said. And based on what he created, you created some moments with him which now feel very empty to you, which now feel like, what did they even mean when it was all based on a fake personality? Was he even real, laughing with me, crying with me, holding my hands, looking at the sunset, looking at the things that we discussed, talking about future, talking about responsibility? So everything that he was saying to me was bullshit. And maybe some of you even found out that the kind of things he said to you or did for you, he also did it for other people. So I'm being shown that he probably had a technique in his mind that if I use this technique on women, then they are for sure, they are going to get impressed with me and they will fall into my lap. And he used the same technique with you, pretty much the same kind of stories, the same kind of lies, the same kind of narratives, the same kind of pursuing technique, pattern, whatever. Now, With you, probably it hasn't worked that well. In some ways, like let's say it worked 60%, 70%, but your intuition and the way you are as a person, you were much more smarter. So many a times he got caught, and then he had to lie again or create more fake personality to convince you, to pursue you. And then of course he got caught, and you probably found something, you have some evidences, you met somebody. So it has not been an easy ride for you, and that's the reason why you're not open to talk to him, you're not open to give him the space that he's asking for. You're like completely shut, so he has to make real effort. The old tactics will not work. The old tactics will definitely not work. But he does remember your and his moments, the time, the good times you spent together, the conversations, the jokes and the hugs and the kisses and the times you ate together, times you had dreams, you discussed your future, and a lot of things which he feels were real, but he's also feeling very guilty because he was not completely honest with you. So he also feels really bad. But I'm not saying this, guys and girls, so that you start chasing him again and you go like, oh, my masculine is so sweet, he's missing me. No, please do not do that. If you feel a certain way, don't let a reading change your mind, because this channeling and this collective reading is also for those people who have done substantial amount of work. You've literally 90% done it. And some of you might also be like, I don't want to know all this. Well, you are already into it. You're almost about to finish it now because the channeling is about to end. But this is to remind you that you must stay strong. You must not chase. You must not go after him. You must not hurry into it. Don't be scared, because I know some of the women, even somebody who worked with me, I told them that don't hurry into it, don't rush into it. And they were like, what if he stops trying? What if he stops pursuing me? What if he stops communicating with me? What if he finds someone else or does something wrong again? Those fears, those are genuine fears, I would say. But you have to not give weightage to those fears. You have to release those fears. That's what this whole work is all about. Because you had those fears stuck in your subconscious mind for a really, really long time. And you don't know in which memory format they were in. When we do the therapy negative memory release, we are shocked by the memories that pop up. They're never there otherwise. You never know about them. But then with the work, we find out that this was also there. Oh my God. And this needs to be released. All right. So this needs to go. Okay. Wow. And when you release it, you're a different person after that. There's a grieving phase, there's crying. It's not easy to let go of your old self, but you have to literally keep doing it. So don't chase. If you have the feminine energy, if you're divine feminine, like if you're in feminine body, and if you're very strong feminine, then don't chase ever. Masculine has to pursue you. That's his job. Nature gave him that job. At least that one role he has to fulfill now. Now that time is here, because next 20 years are very crucial for Earth, because all you divine feminines, all of you were stuck in the rigmaroles of mending a relationship, fixing it, doing all this work, like doing so much work for others also. But now you're just gonna be your own priority, and of course with source energy you'll work, because source has to be in your mind all the time. God has to be there, not people, not even your masculine. It may not sound nice to some of you, but this is the fact. Masculine should not be in your mind. Only God should be in your mind. Only God. Your relationship with God matters the most. The most. Talk to God. Be with godly people. There are lots of godly people in your life. Be with them. Hang out with them. Take help from them. Work with them. But take care of yourself. So this is where I will close this reading. I will see you in the next one. One love. Peace out and Victor to Ram.